Perfect. Okay, well, hello everyone, and welcome to our Wellness Wednesday. My name is Rebecca Cafiero. I am a certified health nerd. I'm certified in holistic health and integrative nutrition. And thank you just so much for taking the time out tonight to find out a little bit more about wellness. We have some amazing wellness fanatics that are certifiable, most of them, that are going to share some things with you tonight. So just wanted to say, first of all, with health, really what you put in is what you get out. And what that means is that if you're not putting effort into the area of health, then the life you want to live, whatever that looks like, is going to be out of reach, because the mind and body just can't, they can't perform at their best if we're not putting that effort and intention into our health, because health is the foundation of us building that dream life, whatever we want it to be. Now I'm giving raspberries to my little guy. There you go. So a lot of people have been told that, it's really normal to experience brain fog as you get older, to have cravings for unhealthy food, to have a loss of energy. And that's really just not the truth. But sometimes it takes educating ourselves to find that out. So 4 years ago, I was experiencing sugar cravings. I was exhausted, especially at 2 p.m. I mean, right now, 6 o'clock, I was just out for the day. I had skin problems. I had tummy issues. I couldn't shake that last, 10 pounds. And I just was really tired of not feeling great, because I was incredibly clean eater, gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, organic. I was doing colonics, and I had tried the master cleanse. I had done all these different things that I was spending not only money on, but really energy on, that weren't working. It was super frustrating. So I reached out to a girlfriend of mine that had a really incredible health transformation. I was engaged to get married, so I was just really very, very motivated. And I got started on a system of nutritional rebalancing. And we're going to talk about what that looks like. But within 5 days of putting the products in my body that addressed the keys to optimal health, and we'll talk about that, I felt like a completely different person. And I can say now I'm 37 years old and I feel younger. I don't remember a time that I ever felt this good. Definitely not even in my 20s. I was still tired then. But I feel amazing. And it's something that everybody should experience. So I have utilized the things that I have learned, not just through feeling my best on my wedding day, but also through doing a natural fitness competition, through a lot of travel and a very demanding job, and also through pregnancy and having this little guy who is up to all kinds of no good. But this is what I've learned is, if you're experiencing symptoms, things like, again, the brain fog, the sugar cravings, the exhaustion, the tummy troubles, maybe not the greatest regularity, it's really likely that you're probably suffering from either a lack of proper nutrition or high levels of stress, or that your body's not absorbing nutrients because of all of those things. We take in a lot of toxins through pesticides and air pollution and chemicals and heavy metals within processed foods. Even our beauty products, and all of that accumulates in our tissues and our cells. But the silver lining to this whole thing, if you're like, oh, this is so depressing, is that we have the ability to reset our system. We have the ability to rebalance our body, but it does require making health and nutrition a priority. So 3 keys to optimal health that I just want to share with you all is, one is understanding that to reboot and rebalance your body, you have to actively work to reduce toxins. And those are the toxins that are introduced to your system, and you have to do that by regularly cleansing your body on a cellular level, not one of those poopy things. So there's an age-old practice of intermittent fasting, and combined with botanical support, it's a very holistic practice that's also scientifically proven. This is not one of those fad diets, those Instagram detox teas that are going to have you in the bathroom all day. No, thank you. This is all backed, and that's why all of us that are on the call tonight, we're really about lifestyle. We're about doing things that are going to support our body for the long run, not for a short term, even though most people feel amazing within 5 to 10 days. So thinking about cleansing, we bathe our body daily to keep the surface clean. But if we're not doing that on the inside as well, we're not ever going to experience optimal health. Second thing is addressing stress. We all have a lot of stress, whether you're a parent or not. You've got emotional stress, the mental stress, physical stress. You've got toxins that create stress on the body. Maybe you work out, that creates stress, even though it's also a great release. Your body doesn't know if it is being chased by a T-Rex or you're just doing an Orange Theory class. But those high cortisol levels actually burn out adrenals, which will affect our energy. They suppress our human growth hormones, which controls our ability to put on lean muscle and also to reduce fat and even regulate our metabolism. So the last key to optimal health is dense nutrition. Our cells, our tissues, our organs, everything thrives on nutrients that we consume, which is why we need to eat really nutrient-dense food so that we're constantly giving our body that super clean fuel. So if we nourish our body properly, we should never feel deprived. And that's why I tell people, like, and Katie will talk about this probably, but ditching the diet, learning how to eat in a way that absolutely nourishes your body and uses food as fuel. So let's just get started. I'm going to introduce some people to share a little bit about their stories and their maybe transformations of what they've experienced if they have chosen to share that. So let's start with Ellen Barnard, and she's going to share a little bit about her background, kind of what she was doing prior, what she's loving about this. And Ellen, when you share, I'll pop up your little transformation picture.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm in the airport right now, so it's a little awkward. So I started back in December. I was really looking for overall nutrition because I was already really healthy. I was meal planning. I worked out every day. I was definitely burnt out. And I'm actually, so that picture on the left was my 28th birthday. I'm about to celebrate my 30th birthday. And then the picture on the right is just a few months ago. So I really got into isogenics because of the inflammation that I was experiencing, even though I was super healthy and doing all the right things. I just wasn't seeing that inflammation go away. So that one on the left, you can just see the inflammation. And yeah, so I got into it because of intermittent fasting and our cellular cleanse. And that was really the turning point for me. Knowing that our products were of quality, they lived up to the standards that I have, which is a very high standard. I'm a doula and a childbirth educator, and I'm a researcher. So for me to be able to, research it myself, see the peer-reviewed studies, and then also just nerd out with Rebecca. I mean, it took me a while. We had a lot of conversations. So, knowing that all of that was there, and then really in the first, like Rebecca said, the first 5 to 10 days, I think it was probably after my first cleanse. My husband and I actually did the system together and cleansed together and everything. And we both lost, I don't weigh myself. That's just a goal of mine. It's not important to me, but the inches were important for that inflammation. So I lost 6 inches and he lost 9, and he's got abs. So I'm not really still sure where that came from, but all that to say, those products really did make a difference right away. I even bought them and put them on my credit card after the research with the idea that I was probably still going to return them because I was so healthy. So yeah, they are really as great as we all are going to tote that they are. And I use, most of the lines still daily. My favorite is probably the greens. I mix those in with my shakes. Actually, I do them twice a day just because I love the taste of them. I've tried so many different greens before, and they honestly mostly taste like dirt. And so I was really in love with ours tasting sweet. So they just add to my vegan shakes that I do. And, the amazing part is that there are 32 superfoods, or super greens, I guess you call them. I was already taking spirulina, ashwagandha, chlorella. I was taking all of those before. And so the fact that our product had that in there, that the greens have that in there, and it's only 30 calories, which is pretty amazing too. And then it's the antioxidant equivalent of 20 servings of veggies. So that's really crazy to me too. So I just love that the standards of our products are there, and that I can use them with ease, and I'm no longer meal prepping, which is pretty amazing.
Love it. Thank you, Ellen. And I realized that I actually didn't share mine or my favorite product. So I really want to quickly just jump in there before we bring Haviland on. So this was my first 50 days, and like Ellen said, the scale is not important. I don't own a scale anymore, but I had released 36 inches, 34 or 36 inches. My favorite product is the Ageless Essentials vitamins. I was taking what I call designer vitamin before. It was very expensive. It made my pee very yellow. I didn't really notice a difference. And when I started the whole system, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel incredible on day 5. I don't know what it is that's making me feel so good, but it must be the whole thing. And I noticed the days that if I forgot to take my vitamins and then I remembered at 10 a.m. and I took it, it's like somebody turned up a dimmer switch. It's just like I joke, I become the Twilight vampire version of myself, but it's like I get clearer, I get just more energetic. It's like everything is connecting faster. I'm able to connect my sentences and my vocabulary is better. So that's my favorite one. So next, we're going to bring out Haviland. So Haviland, why don't you go ahead and unmute yourself? Let me know if you need, I can also unmute you. There we go. Haviland. Oops, hopefully, oh, there she is. Okay, I unmuted you. Can you hear me?
Yep, good.
Perfect.
Awesome. So hi, everyone. My name is Haviland Green. I'm a holistic nutritionist. I work for myself, my own practice.
Okay.
And I also work with people. So finding a great clean product is near and dear. There's so many products out there that are just packed with fillers. You're not really sure. They don't label it clearly. And I really haven't found that product that I've been looking for. I actually have a huge background, so I used to bodybuild. So I did tons of supplements, taking lots of protein, and I finally found something after talking to Rebecca that I'm really proud to stand behind. It's a really clean product. All of the proteins are undenatured away, and so what this means is that most proteins in North America are pasteurized at a really high temperature, so it alters the amino acid structure of the protein. And when this happens, it's really hard for your body to recognize and fully absorb all of the protein. So you could be getting, a 20-gram protein shake, but not absorbing all of that. With that comes a lot of bloating and gas. And so I kind of like to say that this protein's your one-stop shop protein shake, because I used to take, protein, probiotic, all these, supplements, but this really is your one-stop shop. So before I get into it, because I'm so excited already, the undenatured whey is all grass-fed from New Zealand, so it's a really high-quality product, which is awesome because the price point is amazing. Especially, you can spend a lot of good money on protein out there. So you get the most bang for your buck. They're happy cows, undenatured, so they're most absorbable, the most highest quality. And with this, you get a probiotic and a prebiotic. So we've all heard of probiotics, and I go out and I always buy, probiotics, and they're not cheap. They're, $40 for 30-day supplies. But we haven't talked about prebiotics. And interesting enough, you can't use a probiotic unless you have a prebiotic. So here we are, constantly taking probiotics, but it's doing no good because we don't have the prebiotic. So with this shake, you can kind of forget the probiotic because you have both the pre and the pro. So you get that with it. And you also have your digestive enzymes. So with my past, I've used every protein shake under the sun, and I noticed a lot of gas, belching, unwanted flatulence, all the nasty side effects. So the digestive enzymes that this protein has are lactase, which helps break down those for those who are lactose intolerant. It's really natural, so it's really easy way to break down that whey. But they also come in dairy-free shakes, so that's another good plus that they have so many options for both individuals. And they have protease. So protease actually is an enzyme that breaks down the protein into smaller peptides, so you can absorb it and digest it really clean. So I've never noticed gas or belching or anything like that. It contains all 20 amino acids, which is really rare to find, specifically lysine and cysteine. So I know I'm totally nerding out on you, but just bear with me. Lysine helps build lean muscle mass, so that really tone look that we all want. And cysteine helps break down toxins, making them water soluble, so it flushes through your kidneys and your liver. And what's great about this is, again, digestive wise, because of the enzymes and because of the cysteine, it's really smooth. So I never noticed any change in bowel movements. It was a really nice transition. It also has glutathione. So glutathione is great for recovery if you're an athlete, or if you're just an individual looking to heal your gut. That's going to help really bring in those cells in your stomach and allowing you to absorb more food, the higher or more nutrients of your food throughout the day. So some people who are kind of hesitant to change their diet, just adding one shake a day is so nutrient dense and so binding of those cells that I alone, like you saw me before and after, my skin was like, I've never had a product where it was just this one-stop shop. Lastly, they're all soy-free, gluten-free. There's no allergens. It's great. They use no herbicides and pesticides. They all go through a toxic metals test. So that's great because most companies don't list any of that, and they're usually high in lead and mercury, and it's kind of dangerous and scary. So they test for everything, and they also contain booster foods, which is another wanted plus, because here I am, taking all these supplements, and it's your one-stop shop that really I've noticed with my skin. I'm sleeping better. I feel like my movements are better. So I really, really am excited, and I'm so happy to stand behind a product that's so good. So hope that wasn't too much information, but I really, really trying it.
No, it's amazing. And I just want to again say thank you, Evelyn. I mean, she's got years and years of schooling specifically on this, and works with the city of Boulder, Colorado. That's very, very health conscious. And, to have a nutritionist that, has spent years and can give someone like, okay, do a green juice or do this or do that. And, a lot of things that are very difficult and for most people not sustainable, or just take so much time and energy. And like you and I, we were both already doing all those things and not still getting the results that we are now. I think that's such a testament to have you incorporating it into your practice and being able to help your clients have results that they've just never experienced is incredible.
Absolutely. It's a high quality product and a great price point.
And I will remember at the end, I'm going to walk people through like kind of what this looks like, because we're talking about, our experience and maybe the things that we love best, but to understand that this is a system, just like your body is a system. So just like for your skin, you don't just, use like a Dove soap, hopefully. You probably use, a cleanser and a toner and exfoliate once a week and a night cream, a day cream, etc. The same thing for your body. Different parts of the systems mean different things. So thank you, Evelyn.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so next I'm going to bring out our first Jess Bird, who is a trainer, and she's going to share a little bit about her story and how long she's been utilizing this and what it's been doing. So, see, Jess, if you could unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
All right. So hi, my name is Jessica Hagestead, or Bird. It's my maiden name. And I'm a personal trainer. And I just want to start by saying, sorry, I look kind of weird. Like I'm all bundled up right now. I'm cleansing today. And when I cleanse, I get a little chilly. So I'm like in my North Face coat. Anyways, so I guess my journey started when I became a mother. I started having pretty intense like midday crashes. And as a personal trainer, I've always seen myself as pretty fit and healthy. So having these crashes kind of was like a big red flag to me that something wasn't right. Something was off balance in my nutrition. So I, of course, turned towards my normal like nutrition answers, which was in the kitchen. And I just realized that after a while, like I just wasn't seeing any results. I wasn't getting any changes. And in fact, my crashes were becoming more constant instead of every like other day. It was every day, and they were becoming like even harder. I mean, like at 2 p.m. every day, I would just like slam like into a wall. It was ridiculous. I had no energy. I was lethargic. I was like in a fog, which I thought was like the normal mommy fog that, all moms go through or whatnot. And I just felt like I needed caffeine. And that was kind of scary to me because I'd been off of caffeine for about like 2 years at that point. And so the fact that I was like returning to it and also sugar was just freaked me out since I'd been so invested in my health. So anyways, I saw my friend, a high school friend on Facebook, Andrea, who's on the call tonight. And she had posted about how like she had all this energy and she was like going everywhere and doing everything. And she had 3 kids. And I was having trouble like getting the energy to go out the door to like get the mail. And I only had 1 kiddo. So let alone 3. So I reached out to her and asked her like what she was doing. And like, to be completely honest, when she told me it was shakes, my first reaction was like, ew. I'd tried shakes in the past and they'd always left me like hungry or cranky or, craving foods. And that I just did not like the flavor and the taste of most of them. So I told her it wasn't for me, but she encouraged me to look into isogenics. And being the curious person I am and also really intrigued about the cleansing, I did. And I learned that the products were actually legit and they were healthy and they were what they claimed to be. But like the whole like shake aspect of it, I was just like, nope, this is just not for me. So fast forward a couple of months and I hit my rock bottom. I was on like my 4th cup of coffee for the day and it was only like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And that's like over 400 milligrams of coffee, or caffeine, which is not good for anyone. And I was doing what had become like a daily I called it my ritual walk of shame to this like ginormous bag of Skittles. I'm talking like the really, really big kind that they shouldn't even be allowed to like make. Anyways, I had it in my pantry and I was walking towards it to get like another handful out to try to help me with my energy. And I just stopped myself like halfway. And I thought like, this isn't me. This isn't the example I want to set for my son. This isn't the mom that I want to be. This isn't the example that I set for my clients. Like, this just doesn't feel right. So I reached back out to Andrea and I was like, just sign me up. You know, I'm willing to do anything. I'm sick of being dependent on sugar. I'm sick of being dependent on caffeine. I'm sick of these low energy, this like haze that I'm in. And I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I figured with a 30-day money back guarantee, like I could always just return the shakes because I knew at that point that I wouldn't like them, and just keep the cleanse. On the system, I remember waking up before my alarm, which is just bananas because I'm like one of those like snooze tappers. My husband hates it. And I like had tons of energy and lots of focus and I was ready for the day. And I had this like mental clarity, like it was just amazing. So immediately I like text Andrea and I was like, wow, girl, like I was like, this is bananas. Like, this is amazing. I have tons of energy. I feel like I'd been walking around in a haze and it just like cleared up. And that was even like before my first cleanse. So I knew I was like getting all the nutrients that my body needed to function properly, and even at a higher level than it had before. And so that's when I decided like this was something I was going to stay on. And this was actually something I was going to share with other people because I'd never felt so good, and never like had felt so amazing. And on top of that, it had never been like so easy and so simple. Like usually it was like meal prepping or restrictive diets and know this and know that and, you know, cravings and what have you. And the system like is simple, it breaks it down. The products are amazing. And like, I just am so bummed that I didn't jump in right away. And it took so long for me to do it because like now I couldn't imagine a day without my products. And like I was saying, I'm cleansing right now. So this is the CFL, and this product is just like one of my favorite out of all of them because it's such a good supplement with like this intermittent fasting that we do. And I used to do lots of intermittent fasting before, but I've never gotten the results that I have with using the CFL product with the aloe vera and the phytonutrients that are from botanicals, and just it's so all natural, and it's stuff that you like read the label and you know what it is. And so it's just so great. And especially with all like I'm up in Oregon, so we've had all those fires and stuff, and like there's literally ash falling out of the sky, like covering everything, and we had to stay inside for a couple of days. And it's just nice to know that I'm able to like help like with the detoxification of my body with all that nasty stuff in the air and stuff. So
love it. Thank you, dear. That was amazing. And by the way, this is the first time you've ever shared a story. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's amazing. You know, and that's one thing, you know, I want to just tell everyone that's listening is this is just food. Okay. There's nothing artificial. This is not a drug. And so obviously we can't say, because it's food, we can't say that it can cure, treat, or prevent, you know, any medical, anything. But when you give the body the nourishment it needs, it starts to perform like the miracle that it is. So just understanding that. So next, I am going to bring out Katie Winnan to share a little bit about her story. So Katie, go ahead and I'll unmute you. There you are. You are unmuted.
Hi, can you hear me? Yes. Okay, amazing. I'm so excited. It's been so inspirational to hear everybody's story so far, and I'm just so excited to share mine as well. So I got started on products about 2 years ago. I am a body love coach, as I like to say. It's a passion of mine to help other women heal their relationships with food and with their bodies. And I met Rebecca in July, I think, of 2015. And at the time I was experiencing a lot of just like mental fog and like anxious feelings. And I was feeling stressed, and I had low energy and just like wasn't feeling 100% at all. And so she introduced me to the concept of adaptogens, and she told me about this tea that she had. And I was so willing to try it. And she shared a little bit more about the full system with me, and was so encouraging that it could help me. And at the time, like, knowing how much she researched what she put into her body and how seriously she took her health. And she was like 6 months pregnant at the time. So I knew anything that she was taking, like, she had to believe in 110%. And she told me that if I didn't like it, I could send it back and get my money back. So to me, it was super clear that like I could try something and have a really great experience. And if I didn't, like I didn't lose anything at all. So I tried it and I was really happy I did. Within 30 days, I for sure noticed a difference in my clarity and my energy. I felt like my workouts were longer. I felt like I wasn't craving sugar as much, which was amazing. And I just had such like focus, and it was such an incredible feeling. And I'm someone who 100% struggles with anxious feelings. And so to feel like I had a handle on that and I was doing something that could help me in a situation where, you know, for those of you who struggle with those anxious feelings as well, you know, for me, it feels like something that you have lack of control around. So to feel like I was doing something really intentional to help me like mentally and emotionally was so incredible. And I introduced a few friends to it, and we all had like really incredible experiences. I introduced my family to it. It's been really amazing. So fast forward 2 years later, and I'm still using and loving it every single day. Before ISA, I now am such a proponent and like advocate for eating intuitively. And for those of you who don't know, it's really just tapping into that voice in your body. It's like no food rules. It's like food is food. It's just like giving yourself that permission to like eat what your body's asking for, what feels good, and tapping back into that voice that like knows to tell us like what to eat and what not to eat, when we're hungry, when we're not hungry, just like that intuition that we all are born with. And so I was using ISA pre-intuitive eating, and I'm using it now post, like during intuitive eating. And I found that like my body craves it. Like my body like wants the shakes. I noticed that when I want to feel like 10 out of 10, 100%, like I know that a shake is going to give me the energy, the satisfaction, like the clarity, like I'm not going to feel tired after I drink it or after I have one. It's just like, it's such a foolproof thing that I've like been able to incorporate into my life. It's convenient. It's easy. It's just like all around been such an incredible aid and support in terms of me feeling my best and being the best Katie I could possibly be. So it's just been like, it's been so incredible. It's become such a like, a main point of my self-care checklist. Like I know that when I want to feel, again, just feel my best, like I know how to do it and I know how to get to where I want to be. And I would have to say my favorite product, like of course the shakes, they're so amazing. I love the dairy-free berry. But I love e-shots so much. E-shots were something that I waited a while to have. I've always been a coffee fan, but the idea of like a little energy shot, like I definitely thought of like the 5-hour energy things, and they seemed a little bit scary to me, or like the energy drinks, like the like monster scary ones. But I read the ingredients and I saw that it was green tea and yerba mate and adaptogens. And I like, as soon as I tried it, I completely fell in love. They've been an incredible aid to my workouts. They've been like, I have them in the morning with my adaptogenic tea with ionics. Usually I have one like halfway through the day, and I like mix it with LaCroix, and it's so good. Especially with the new flavors, they're amazing. But the thing that's like incredible about e-shots is it's plant-based energy. So like there's the green tea, but also the yerba mate. And actually something that I learned when I was a demo specialist for Whole Foods is that yerba mate has the euphoria of chocolate. It has the herbal benefits of, or it has the benefits of herbal tea. And it also has the antioxidants of blueberries. And it's like a sustainable energy that can last 4 to 6 hours, and there's no crash. So it comes on slowly, it stays, and then it like backs off slowly. So there's like no intensity, there's no jitters. They're just the best. And like, I really like, without shakes, without the e-shots, like I would be so lost. So I'm so thankful that I gave this a try a few years ago, and I really don't ever see myself not using them because they're just the best ever.
Amazing. Yeah. Katie works with me. And so it's so funny at my house because it's like a line at the blender at lunchtime.
Yeah.
And same thing with e-shots. Like I didn't try them for 6 months because I'm super caffeine sensitive. Like this is me naturally without caffeine. Nobody wants to be around me on caffeine because I just operate at a crazy speed. And so I waited 6 months. When I tried them, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like again, no jitters, but just this heightened feeling of clarity and of energy. So thank you so much, 100%. Katie. And I was going to say, one thing I wanted to add is, you know, intuitive eating is a new concept for me that Katie's introduced me to. But what I loved about, or what I love and still love about Isogenics is before, you know, you'd eat something that would taste good, but you didn't feel good after. And that is just really difficult. And also food hangovers, like where I was like, oh, I ate that, I feel so crappy. Or like I felt guilt about it. And what this system has changed for me is, one, I never get food I mean, if I do, it's accidental gluten exposure because I'm not gluten and me are not friends. But also the fact that I don't have to spend all the time anymore thinking about like, what am I going to eat? What's going to make me feel good? Like, I just know I have that built-in option. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. next we are going to have, let's see, Jessica DiBernardo. Come on out and mute your line.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Hello, my dear.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jess. I am certified in nutritional therapy, and I also teach yoga and bar classes. I actually really want to discuss with everyone something I haven't talked about before, which is actually after this transformation, which was in my first 2 to 3 months of ISA, when I dropped 3 to 4 dress sizes, I think about 14 inches overall in my body, and I felt absolutely incredible. And then some things in my life happened that I could not control. And I found that with these things, my mind kind of shifted, that I couldn't control myself in the way, to keep up with everything. My finances were low, my stress levels were high. I was going back to school. I had 3 jobs, and ultimately I really just fell off what I was doing. And I'm hoping this helps people who may have fell off from, yo-yo dieting and things like that, to show you that this is not what this is. With all of the health issues I was dealing with, I actually ended up in the emergency room, and I stopped teaching my fitness classes. And I just kind of, after that, just thought, what am I doing? I was doing so well with these products. I felt absolutely amazing. And I was like, with my mindset, it wasn't where it should be. So I dove into my back office. I got that 30-day system again. 3 days into it, it all just lit up again. My face, my eyes, everything was just back to where it should be. And one of the products I really want to highlight about this is the Ionic Supreme, which I actually just recently started taking religiously. And I cannot believe how powerful it is. If you don't know what adaptogens are, Google them. You will see nothing but amazing things about them. It's actually has 27 adaptogenic herbs, no caffeine. And I always say, people ask me, like, do I have to cut out coffee? I'm like, no, you don't, but you're not even going to want it, because you're going to have so much natural energy from this tea. And just so you know, before I refused to take this, I was like, I drink organic green tea, I'm fine, I don't need it. And when I tried it, I was like, never mind, I didn't know what I was talking about. So it actually is a natural mood stabilizer. It helps reduce sugar cravings. It aids in getting rid of those sugar cravings. And the most important thing for me was it actually decreases cellular sensitivity to stress. So in your body, we have cortisol levels, and these are your stress levels. And I kind of like to think of it as a thermometer, where, like, if it's going too high and you need to bring it back down, it'll bring you into balance. But also, if it goes too low, it'll bring you back up right where it needs to be. It literally balances your body. And for my stress and what I was going through, this was such a life changer for me. So really fast forward to my 3rd month back into these products. I had the confidence, I had the energy to go out and get myself a full-time job, finish my master's degree, get back into my fitness routine. For example, if a few months ago you asked me to make plans a month or 2 in advance, I would say, well, what if I feel sick? What if my stomach hurts? What if I'm having a hazy day? What if I can't focus? And now I can confidently tell you, like, I have plans in November. I'm traveling to San Diego for 4 days. I'm coming back and going back to work. That weekend, I'm doing a 15-hour yoga training. I'm teaching a yoga class, a bar class, all of these things that really would not have happened if I didn't treat my body the way it should be treated with these products. The ingredients, the nutrition, I started for weight loss, but now I'm doing it because I feel amazing. And everything you want to do, all of these goals you want to accomplish, you need to take care of yourself from the inside, and then you will be able to accomplish everything you want, and eating a bowl of oatmeal and doing green juices every other day, that's great, but that's not a lifestyle. If you're really looking for a change and you're looking, to wake up with this energy, sleep better, wake up better, just go through the day without those crashes, this is it. And I try not to focus too much on weight anymore, but with the 3 to 4 dress sizes that I lost and then gained back when I stopped taking any care of myself, within those 30 days, I was back to exactly where I am. And I was never at the point where I was like, I'm going to stop weighing myself. But I actually recently gained 7 pounds of muscle. I've never had that happen before in my entire life. So these products are truly my lifestyle. My family does them. My friends do them. My boyfriend, my coworkers. My mom is down almost 50 pounds, and she started just a few months ago. It has changed my life and everyone around me. So I hope this helps people who struggle with the yo-yo dieting. Just know that this is not that this is a lifestyle and it's something, you know, after those 30 days and you're asking yourself, well, what am I going to do? You know what you're going to do. You're going to continue with these. This is your food now. This is your life. So I hope this helps someone who's deciding if they want to join us or not.
Amazing, Jessica. Thank you. And I just want to point out something and Katie has her hair up right now. She has like amazing long mermaid hair, but your hair is so healthy. And like, I mean, my hair has never been as shiny and I don't use anything special on it. Like it's just shampoo, conditioner, like no shine stuff, no gloss, anything. And that's one of those things is, yes, making the whole body healthier, but biotin is in the shakes. And that's what a lot of people take in like their hair, skin, nail vitamins. It's in the shake. So we're almost finished up. We're going to wrap up, but I just wanted to just say like, what is a system? We've been talking about like, oh, I do this or I do this. And that can be really overwhelming if you're like, well, there's so many things. What do I do? And the amazing thing about this is it makes it very simple. There's nourish days, which are days that you nourish your body with the adaptogenic tea. You use typically 2 shakes. Some people do it differently based on goals. You do some snacks and you do a balanced meal. So you're eating 5 times throughout the day. That's why we say this is the opposite of a diet. And then there's your cleanse and reset days where you're using adaptogenic herbs, botanicals. You could eat chocolate. You can drink black coffee, healthy black coffee, or green tea. And again, you're actually putting nutrition into your body about every hour. So it's the opposite of deprivation. But I just want to have everyone understand that there's 2 things that everyone needs for any type of life change, whether it's health or it's finances, if you want to start a company, anything. And it's number 1, it's tools or a plan or a system that works. So you're not spinning your wheels, putting in effort where you're just not getting results. And then secondly, it's some type of support system, accountability. It's a community to lift you up when you're having a hard day, when you need someone to be your cheerleader. And that's what's amazing here is you get both. You have the ability to experience a health shift. And if you don't, like everyone said, you have a 30-day money back. There's normally a $29 membership fee where you get wholesale pricing, kind of like Costco, so that you can online shop like you do on Amazon and have customer service better than Nordstrom's. But that is waived this week. That $29 is waived. So one thing though, why not to buy Isogenics, which that's the name of the company. I think I forgot to say that up front. But why not to buy it online on eBay or on Amazon is one, the company does not sell there. They do not allow things to be sold there. So if someone is selling there, it's not authorized. There's no efficacy of products. You don't know what you're getting, and there's no 30-day money back. The second reason is all of us. I mean, to be part of a group where you have people that are, this is not about showing your body. This is not about, again, a diet. This is about, a wellness lifestyle, and we're all part of it. So the other thing is get started with friends. Call them your beta testing group. Have them join you for accountability. Getting started with a couple of friends is super fun. It makes it easier. And also you get a 50% rebate back on your first month if you get 2 friends started. But there's no contracts. There's no obligation. There's just really an opportunity that you can transform your life, but it starts with your health. And lastly, for those of you on here, because you probably were invited by one of us health fanatics, and maybe that's a passion you share as well. So if you're a really health passionate person and you love the results as much as we do, you don't have to be qualified in health. You don't have to be a nutritionist or, any of that if you want to share this. So maybe you're just someone that's had, a really great transformation internally or externally, or you're feeling great and you just want to share that goodness with everybody that will listen to you, whether they want to hear it or not. We like to share. But you also might be something that you're looking for a side project to bring in some fun money or pay a car payment or pay for your groceries, or maybe you've always wanted to be your own boss. I was a VP in corporate America, and the idea of being my own boss was really appealing. But if you don't have any idea where to start, reach out to the person that invited you on this and see if this might not be a fit, and not just to up-level your personal health, physically, but also maybe financially. So again, reach out to the person. We are recording this. So if you have someone in your life that you're like, oh my gosh, they would be obsessed with this. They would love to hear this. They're always complaining about their energy, their mental fog, wanting to release some inflammation or fluff, reach out and we will be happy to provide you with the recording. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, and make sure, again, free membership until Sunday night. Have a great one.